Okay, start with the crankshaft. Finally, something I'm doing on the motor. I want to protect the bearing journals, because if I'm going to use power tools, I don't want to damage the bearing journals at all. I don't even want to scratch them. So I'm going to use the old bearing shells, put them on, get some tape. I normally use electrical tape, but I haven't got any. So this stuff it is. Put the bearing caps on. Try not to make them fall down. Wrap them up with some tape, and no matter what, if I hit them with the belt sander, anything at all, they'll be fine. Perfectly protected. No matter what happens to them. The old bearing cap will protect them no matter what's in the way. Just make sure there's a little bit of lube on there and that these are clean before you do it. And this way there won't be any surface rust when you take this off. Turn the music off. Because you're not allowed to do that. You'll have to promote someone else's music. Like I said, try not to drop them. But that'll mean you have to pick them back up. Done. I've protected all the journals from getting damaged. See? Alright, now I'll go and get set up. I'm not really sure how I'm going to set it up yet, but I will set it up and I'll show you later. Okay, so I have these two metal blocks with a V in it, and now I've got a nice jig for it to sit in. And it's sturdy, it's not going to fall over, and I don't have to worry about balancing it all the time. Alright, I had an interesting comment today. They said I should have before and after weight of the crankshaft. I honestly don't think I'm going to take off a lot of weight. I'm probably aiming more at reducing turbulence, but I thought, why not? So I'm just going to give it a go. Smudge on the lens. $27.1. So that's 27.1 kilo. I shall write that on the wall, and let's see, we'll probably get 100 grams off. I'm not really sure. No, probably a bit more. What do you reckon? What do you think we're going to get off? Maybe we try for a bit more. We'll see how we go. I was talking to Tristan though, who builds a lot of high performance engines, and I kind of want high RPM and quick response, but he said it makes a high horsepower engine will have better drivability if there's a bit of weight, and it kind of makes sense. So anyway, 27.1 it is. Kilos. This is the modern world, America. Okay, time to do some butchering. I've always been interested in these metal cut-off discs. 1,000 plus cuts, 30 times longer wheel life than a cut-off disc, and on top of that it stays pretty much the right size. And I thought, well, let's test it on some forged steel. So the first thing I'll take off is this. I mean, it looks pretty much like I drilled it out to reduce weight. It's pretty much the same sort of point as this, but they drilled a hole in the middle of this one. I don't know why they didn't just grind it down, but yeah, I won't do a lot to it. I'll just get a little bit of weight, not so much weight but wind resistance. That's the main thing, is wind resistance. So I talked to the guy from the engine shop and he was fine with this coming off, he was fine with that coming off, and he was fine with me V'ing the leading edges. Right, so that's this one, 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 and I'll probably just angle this one, and I'll take the end of the nut. There's a nut sticking out, and I'll smooth it out, because I think the best way to sand it is to smooth it is with the metal, right? I know it's minute, but if I were to like sand it this way, right? If I were to sand like this and put scratches on it that way, those scratches would be against the wind resistance. I know I'm fussy, but wouldn't it be better like if everything was smooth that way? I mean, it makes a difference on a golf ball, you know? It makes a difference on the bore of an engine, which way it's cross-hatched, how it's lubricated. It may only be 1 horsepower, you know, difference that I'm going to make with cleaning up the rough surfaces. It's probably a bit more by reducing wind resistance on the leading edges. I'll probably like lose a little bit more, we get a bit more horsepower, not sure how much, but you know, even if it's 20 horsepower, because it's a little bit lighter and a little bit more aerodynamic, yeah, it must be fine. See all these holes you see drilled in here, they're all for balancing, but that one, that one, that one. He was saying to me that he was talking to people in the, you know, your run-of-the-mill vehicles, and the run-of-the-mill vehicles, the people, they didn't give them enough time to make them spot on. He said they never did. As much as they wanted to make them perfect, they just weren't allocated enough time to lighten them. So not to lighten them, to balance them perfectly. They never allowed for that. And I have a feeling in the factory, let me know if I'm wrong, always let me know if I'm wrong. In the factory I think they just balance the crank and they don't care about the weight of the rods and pistons. And they'll probably balance the torque converter, because you sometimes see weights spot welded to that, and flywheels you see either spot welds or holes drilled in flywheels too. Alright? But I have a feeling in a factory they're all balanced separately. Like this is all going to be balanced together probably. I'm not sure about the clutch, This clutch is aftermarket from Tilton, so it should be quite well balanced. Don't know, I've never asked anyone whether they are or are not well balanced, but what happens with balancing these is they put weights on that weigh the same as piston, rings and rod on each journal, and then they spin it to balance it. But yeah, I've never used these blades before, and if they're going to cut, well, they cut rebar, it reckons, so let's have a go at nicking this off, eh? You probably won't see a lot, sorry. Hang on, let me turn a bit more that way. Look. Ooh, stiff. That's what she said. That's impressive. See, that's not a lot of weight. Because I drilled it out. It's right in the middle of that. Probably take a bit more off with this. But it is very loud. It is louder than a cutting disc. It's actually hurting my ears. I'm not sure where my earmuffs are. Have a look. Quick one. Sorry? What was that? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, nothing. That's better. I got a comment when I was talking about the crank, and they said be careful doing this because I shouldn't be doing it because I probably hurt myself. I don't know how I'm supposed to hurt myself, but what, the crank exploding or with my tools? I'm not sure how I'm supposed to hurt myself. Yeah. See, this is where this old bearings and tape comes in handy. That's not great, you know. This is just a rough cut. Did I? Yeah. Well, that's old. Don't know when I did that. Just rough cuts with the grinder. But this has got to come off for sure. I don't like it. So I take weight here. means you probably have to take more weight here. We'll have to drill that a bit. I don't really want that. Yeah, this is my first time I've done this, guys. Maybe I should look it up a bit more tonight. I kind of want it gone. I hate this bit. And I think he said it's okay. Well, I'll cut this bit out in the video. I'm just thinking right now. I don't do anything without thinking normally. See, there's not a lot of meat on here, right? So if you take too much off here, you can't reduce the weight over here, because these things compensate for the journal and all of this bulk here. And this is probably here because this is fatter. So I suppose you could thin that out to compensate, right? To make this end a bit lighter. Yeah. You know, these forged crankshafts don't grow on trees. Let me just take a picture of it. Yeah, we photo. I shall ask. So I'll stop the video at this time. Still early. Yes, I will not cut that off at this time. I haven't used this yet. Little cheapie. Ooh, pew pew. What have I got here? Who needs to read instructions? I don't need that for this. My ears are buzzing away in there. It's a bit far back, out of balance. That's a bit faster. 4 degrees. And the number's gone. So this will take quite a few hours, right? I just want to do some so I can show you. Show you how a first timer does it. Something I've always wanted to do. See, I just protected my journal. But this is more for getting into the hard to reach places, like this. But I would also like to put the sanding disc on this, which I think will be much quicker. I mean, I wish the whole thing was already like that, but it has lumps on it, like grind, all these flat surfaces, you can feel them. So I'm just going to put the disc on here, and I'll edit it out, however long it takes me. Well, the sanding discs I have got are not for this type of machine. All these surfaces are done, see? This one's really lumpy, look, uneven. This is smooth. That's much better. Yeah, I don't like these that much. So I'll show you what I've done at the moment. I hope I was filming all that. Anyway, I smoothed this out, but these discs are very slow. Not a big fan. This one here actually worked a little bit quicker, right? I took the casting marks off here, and I started cutting here, which I'll smooth out, and I'll show you some more progress later. But this here is all factory done, right? It's all factory surfaces. Even some of the side ones have been machined. I wish they'd just do the whole lot, but yeah, there must be a reason why they did it. So anyway, I'll show you more later, and I hope this 30 minutes I filmed beforehand is on here.